Live from the Scruffy Womp Rat Cantina, this is Under the Twin Suns.
Hello, and welcome back to Under the Twin Suns, live from the Scruffy Womp Rat Cantina, full of joy, excitement, and joviality regarding Jump to Light Speed. It has been about a week since the first pre-release. Once again, I am your host, Cole, and I'm joined by Steve, Ruben, and Chris.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Good evening.
And we have all been having so much fun since the pre-releases happened, and now that we have our hands on these cards. I have not stopped playing Premier, Twin Suns, anything that I can get my hands on since it has come out. As you all know, I was the residential JTL hater. This is going to be a stupid set. Pilots and upgrades. There's so many ways to be. Oh my god, is this so much fun. And one thing that we wanted to talk about was, as we all probably have done so far, we've all cracked a bunch of packs. Has anyone gotten anything crazy? I can start. When we were at our pre-release event for the Chaos Draft, which we will talk about later, I pulled a, what's his name? Rio Durant. Yeah, a Rio Durant showcase, which was, that was a nice way to start. I think it was literally out of the second pack I had opened that night. So that was a really cool way to start the set.
Did you play it?
Yeah, I played it that night. It was really fun. Transports are... There's a lot of good transports. In fact, I have a deck coming up in the future called Oops All Transports. There's like over 60 in all colors, believe it or not. You can get like 40 something with the right color combo. It's crazy. How about you guys? Any legendary, not just legend, but like really cool pulls? I know we all opened some Carbonites and a couple regulars as well.
I pulled a showcase Han, and I pulled a
Ooh.
showcase Thrawn.
Oh, that's
Not
a
to
nice
rhyme
one.
there, but oh yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I opened exactly one Carbonite pack because I gave in to peer pressure, and I got a Corvus, like the full art,
Yeah.
or whatever they call it.
Prestige.
Prestige, exactly. It's pretty cool.
I'm curious to see where the prices go with those cards in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially after this week.
Yeah. How about you, Ruben? Anything crazy?
Funny or not, but I think that my favorite pull that I got was Krennics. I know it's crazy, but I really like the Krennics in the Onyx Squadron for my decks that I'm running. I just really like the cards itself. I wish I got like a prestige one, but I honestly, I like that. Plus with my Carbonite booster, I did one of the packs. I got an Akbar showcase, which I'm loving it because it's gonna be in my Twin Suns deck that I'm actually gonna be using. So it's kind of great that I can actually use something with it. So yeah, that's the ones I'm pretty stoked about.
Can I ask you something, Ruben?
Yeah, man.
Would you consider grading it? I'm just curious because I'm thinking about grading my Rio or my Kazuda.
I don't know. I guess it doesn't. I don't plan to do anything with it that except for use it in my Twin Suns
That's fair.
deck because maybe something in Premier, but I don't think it's that valuable to warrant that.
That's fair.
I think it's like last I checked was like $70 what people are selling it for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also pulled a Kazuda showcase. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I was happy with that. Chris, anything crazy?
No, nothing too crazy over here. Got a Vader unit, Han unit, foil. I think I've opened 5 Carbonite packs. But I think the best card that I pulled was Planetary Bombardment, which let me trade to get a bunch of the Spectre units that I needed from some amazing friends at the LGS.
Listen, all I'm saying is that Planetary Bombardment has a very nice home in my deck now. And I was pleased to make a trade. Y'all,
Oh, really?
dude, I'm going to go on just a
We
quick
were all
rant.
pleased for you.
I'm just going to go on a quick rant. It's stupid how different the prices are between regular cards and foils now. If you guys go on to TCG Player, you'll notice now this is card cold pricing go crazy. Um, if you go rather than the way that it used to work, which we had the regular card and we had the hyperspace card listed on TCG. Now it's the regular card, the hyperspace card, the foil card, and the hyperspace foil are all individualized cards. And the foil is the cheapest, probably because they bend so much. But like the regular planetary bombardment at one point was $33, and the foil was like 14, which is crazy. End of rant.
What's the hyperspace going for without me
I think
checking,
it was
you
like
know?
30 still. It was pretty close. It was
Oh.
like a couple dollar difference. It was not anywhere near as crazy as the other ones were. But yeah, so Ruben kind of alluded to his too with Onyx Squadron and Director Krennic. For me, Chris said it. I am having a lot of fun with capital ships, so I've been playing Planetary Bombardment and Devastator a lot. I like that combo a lot. How about you guys? Chris, I'm sure you're loving the Phantom and the. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. My apologies.
Oh no, it's fine. I went with the Triple Dark Raid has just drew me right in. It's always been good. Now it's just broken.
Oh yeah.
I'm playing Django at the moment, just being that guy.
Yeah, there's always that one guy.
Yeah, that's that one guy.
You're running a War Juggernaut, aren't you?
Yeah, Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
exactly. You ain't gonna kill it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've definitely been playing I've updated a Hera Spectre deck and definitely been running the heck out of that and adjusting it and fine tuning it and trying to find the sweet spot with it. But yeah, the synergy with that deck is now crazy. I mean,
It's solid, man. Yeah, I
It's
agree
really
with
come
that.
together.
That deck is very good.
Yeah.
The super heavy ion cannon is just frickin'. That's a hard one to come back from if you don't have a confiscate or a way to take out the ghost.
yeah,
And
Right.
the two ghosts together is just a freaking brick
It's
wall,
crazy.
man. Brick wall of Sentinel and Shields.
Mm-hmm.
get Phantom on it too. You got like a 23 hit from the ghost. It can get insane
It's just
if you don't lock
crazy.
it.
I'm liking my Chimera and Val combo. I play that against Chris, the other Chris.
Ooh.
So when Chimera comes into play, pop Val jumps on, get 2 more counters on Chimera, and then do Thrawn's ability, and then get 2 more counters on Chimera. So when it comes into play, it's what, a 6-8, an 8-10.
I've been doing something
Disgusting.
similar with my new favorite. One of my other really new favorite events that's a really low cost is Apology Accepted. I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
using that a lot in Thrawn decks and in anything where I have a super laser tech or a volunteer soldier, because not only am I killing the unit and getting the win defeated, I'm also getting an additional 2 XP for someone else. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I've been very impressed by Lando.
Yeah.
Kind of got bought into that a little bit. I don't know. Like I know Ruben said, it takes some setup, and it really does. It does require you to have a board state. If they can keep your units off the field, then it's pretty bad. But if you can build up some momentum, it can get out of hand really quick. Just throwing shields around.
Yeah, and there's what's that one ship that's 4-2? I can't think of the name of it. When it comes into play, it gets 2 shields.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Cost 4, and
It's some kind of
that-
underworld ship. I can see it in my head. Yeah, the blue
It's
one.
pretty solid, and then man, and then
It's
so I
called
had that ship and then
Concealed.
had village protectors on there, and then I popped it and I put another shield on village protectors. It's like it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, the
I was
shield.
playing
His
Land
tagline
Blue,
is buying
playing Land
time.
Blue against Chris. Yeah, I think I was playing Chris. Yeah.
All right. Well, we will have much more to say about JTL when we jump into the main topics. I do have a quick meme for us, and I'm going to go a little quickly because we're running a little bit behind schedule. Just because we're all super excited to talk about JTL. So, okay, first off, streams? Okay, so people often give me a hard time saying, oh, we need more resistance content. You know what? I've heard your pleas. I am a benevolent man. I will give you a meme. I call this Poldo. Poe Holdo. So obviously you're going to be playing Poe and Holdo with a blue base. Step 1, phase 1, is going to be playing a 1-cost crackshot fighter. Then you are going to use Poe's leader ability to flip onto that 1-cost crackshot fighter. You're going to take a rest and wait till the next turn. Then you're going to play a Resistance X-Wing, as well as a BB-8 on the ground, just so that Poe and his buddy are now reunited. They're all ready to go. Then you're going to pass as well. Then you're going to play the green Poe unit, which, as a reminder, you can play as a unit instead of a pilot for 4, and then you get to create a X-Wing token, and you can attach Poe if you want to. So you can do that or not. It depends on how you want to play this, if you want to move Poe around or not. Red Poe, excuse me. And then you're going to take another pass. Next, you're going to do the funny part, which is the Survivor's Gauntlet. First, you're going to want to attack with the unit that has Poe on it first, and then you're going to play the Survivor's Gauntlet and move Poe around onto that gauntlet just because it's funny, or moving Poe onto another unoccupied ship if you have one. Actually, you might want to do that so you can have the X-Wing token, so you can activate that way. Then at this point, you're going to take another pass, and then you're going to be on 6 resources next. You're going to flip Holdo, put Unshakable Will on her so that she sacrifices, and then with your 2 other resources, you're going to use the Lightspeed Assault to blow up something big in a large heroic gesture. End of meme. Clap. Thank you.
I just love. It's so much fun.
I have a lot of fun making them thematic.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is like the thematic part of it is like, okay, how do we make this? Because Cole, you are a connoisseur of everything Star Wars, so you have an idea about all these different. Like, if I tell you an episode or something, oh yeah, this is this episode. This happens in this episode in Clone Wars or something, and it's just like the
Yeah.
fact that you just come up with these based off of the cards is pretty great, man.
I have a lot of fun with it. Thank you for complimenting me, Ruben. Let us know below what you think, and if you have any changes. The only thing that I thought that could be a little bit more interesting, but you wouldn't be able to play Holdo for this, if you play ECL or Timely Intervention onto the Survivor's Gauntlet, you can actually move Poe around twice, which is kind of funny. But that would require a little bit more effort. But for our main topic, we had, like we alluded to, we talked about in last episode, the Chaos pre-release event, and I'm going to let Ruben start talking about it because it was kind of his event that run, but I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we've been talking about it for a couple episodes leading up to our event that we had. What was it? Pre-release weekend, was it last
I
week?
guess it was
this
last Friday. Yeah, last Friday.
Yeah, so we don't, we haven't really had a major Twin Suns event. I mean, we just basically get together at the shop and play, Twin Suns and so forth. But, I decided, let's come up with this crazy fun format and see what happens. And best time to do something crazy like that is what? During a pre-release. So we did this event, and the rules we kind of talked about in the other episodes, but basically Chaos pre-release event is where we had the heroism and villainy leaders can be used. There's a 60 card minimum deck limit, and there's a unique rules for upgrades and units, except for the Swarming Vulture Droid. And a lot of people showed up. It was pretty impressive, the fact that we had 12 people show up for this event. And the crazy thing about it is a lot of them never played Twin Suns before. And they were like discovering it for the first time, which was pretty great. And then, so we had 3 pods of 4 people in each of them, and just listening to people, talk about the event and how much fun they had and how crazy it was having a, hero leader with a villainy leader and all the different cards you can play. And I just think overall it was a success, because of the fact that not only that people showed up there and it started buying Twin Suns products too. They're like, "Oh, let me get this playmat because it's so sweet," and
Yeah.
"Oh, you guys are doing this. We should do this more often." So, but yeah, I think it was a huge success, and that's something that I think we can build on for our Twin Suns community. Is maybe do an event, every once in a while, but make it like something kind of crazy to bring people in. But I think overall, everyone had a really good time, had some really good feedback. And again, the most important thing out of all this is that they had fun, and a lot of people learned it for the first time. So yeah, I was pretty excited about what happened. And again, that was the same event that uh, Cole, you pulled that showcase, right?
Yeah, it was great. So
So
much fun.
so unfortunately, Steve wasn't able to make it. So
Yeah.
we had fun on his behalf. And so
I heard
Cole
you
over.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying. I heard you guys even roped in a Magic player to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
actually,
did.
we converted him too. He's like,
That's
uh,
awesome.
I was a shout out to Matt. He was playing Magic. Like, oh, what is this you guys are playing? He's like, oh, you were playing this, and that. He's like, oh, I want to try it out. And then now he comes out and like he came out to the pre-release on Saturday, and then he came out Monday and played.
Yeah.
We did a draft. So yeah, so it's pretty successful. I thought overall it was a lot of fun. So I'm pretty excited with how it all turned out.
I will say the one thing, looking back, like you said, Ruben, it was a lot of people's first time playing Twin Suns. Maybe we should have had a quick rules session because when Chris and I played in the same first pod, um, and the other two people we were playing with did not know about A, that it ended once one of us was knocked out, and B, that they got 5 health back. And of course, we informed them and let them know, and we were like, oh, if you want to go back and decide how to do things a little bit differently, we let them because it was a casual event. But I think in the future, doing these events, we should maybe like take just a 2 or 3 minute quick. Hey, here are the rules of Twin
Yeah.
Suns that are different. That's my only thought. Everything else I thought went great.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, we had a lot of people who knew how to play Twin Suns there too, so that also helped having
Yeah.
folks there who can help explain that because at the end, if you're playing Twin Suns for the first time and you're trying doing this chaos event, it might be a little bit like, ooh, is this how it really is? No, it's not. So it's kind of but yeah, I think that's good feedback, and that's something that we'll take into the next event and be like, how do we make this different? And this is a good way to like, hey, we're gonna do Twin Suns events so people can kind of see how it looks. So yeah, good feedback.
And I mean, in those people's defense, also, I'm sure they were thinking of Magic Commander because in Commander, don't you have to kill everybody, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Everybody has
Yeah,
to go to
I
school.
think
one
that's like
there.
almost every other game. You have to kill
Yeah, there
everybody.
can only be one.
But now there are 2 of them, Ruben.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. Um, I played a Rio. Who was my other leader?
But you
Somebody.
played Rio.
Yeah, that's all that matters, really.
You
Maybe
played
it was
Rio, which
Rose. It was
you
somebody
should.
that I was like, wow, this is bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rio is my guy. I thought he was a lot of fun.
Somebody who sucked.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. So now that JTL's been released, what Twin Suns decks have you guys made? So I've made a couple, and my favorite is definitely my Piet with Thrawn yellow. But I've also made one red with planetary bombardment and whatnot. But yellow I like so much because I have triple dark raid. And there's just so many good capital ships to get out really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I've played that deck, and it is very good. There is surprising number of good yellow capital ships that you can eat out early.
Mm-hmm. Especially because you also get the Krennic for that other cost reduction because some of the capital ships have when defeateds.
Yep.
So that's my like personal like, oh, this has been so fun. But what about you guys?
My deck that I'll be talking about a little bit later is what I'm super excited about. I kind of got inspired by over the pre-release of seeing these two leaders work, and I thought they were pretty good combo together. So I'll be talking about it a little bit later. But it's going to be Rose with Akbar because I think they complement each other pretty well. So that is that is the only deck that I built so far. It took me a while to build it because it has 90 cards in it. Uh, And for those Magic players out there, it's no problem for them because they're used to having 99 cards. But it's like, oh man, I got to shuffle this a little bit differently. So yeah, so I'm super excited to play this. Uh, I love the theme of it, and so I can't wait to play it.
I also went the Akbar Data Vault route, but mine is Lando because I really enjoyed playing Lando, and I wanted to build something with him and Sons. Just a whole lot of like buying time, shields, and
Mhm.
sentinels with some late game stuff.
I'm sure
So
you have
kind
as
of
a
like
trap.
yeah, exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Chris, how about you? Have you had time to make a Twin Suns deck, or do you have like an idea you want to kick around?
Well, I'm still I have made a deck, yes. But I'm still playing around and learning a lot of the cards and really seeing how lots of them interact. I mean, yes, I know some of the combos, etc. But Twin Suns always changes things up when you can only have one copy of a card in there. So, um, trying to take some of the lessons learned from playing a lot of Premier games and transfer those over to Twin Suns. But I have built a deck, and my deck that I have built is Cassian and Poe. Um,
Ooh.
I don't even know if I'll flip Cassian. I just want to keep using his action to draw a card. That card flow is really important in Twin Suns. And then just keep using Poe's ability and flipping him and attaching him as a pilot on um, ships. So we'll see how that pans out. But it was a concept I thought would be interesting.
Great.
Yeah, and then I have one other deck I've been cooking up in the background. I call it Oops All Transports. It's Boba and Rio.
That's gonna
There's
be great.
like I know you had said earlier, there is a lot more transports than you think.
There really
That's
is.
nuts.
There's some other decks I really want to try to go back on improving. Um, like So as you guys have heard me say before, I really like token decks. Um, and Rex was a good starting point. Like I think he was okay. Dude, Vader's what I've always wanted out of a token deck. Like the new Vader. And I think I'm gonna do something with that, and I might do it with maybe Tarkin. I know double green red would be restrictive, but I'd have so much Imperial green and red that I might try
Mhm.
something like that. But I want to do some kind of a giant token generation deck and then making it stronger, like Victor Leader, experience tokens, etc. That's something I've been thinking about.
Yeah,
Especially,
it's so much fun. Yeah, it's just like that's what I love about this format is that you can cook up all of these different ideas and try them out and see how it goes. And and every time you play, it's always that new experience. So yeah, I'm excited because no matter what combination you put together, you're gonna have a blast with it. So I'm excited to see all these different decks that you guys are talking about and playing against. So yeah, this is what I love about this format is you can do whatever and it's gonna be so much fun, regardless if you win or lose. It's just having fun.
I'm glad in retrospect. I'm glad we decided to wait to do our tier list until we got to play with the leaders because man, my opinions have changed wildly
oh
on
yeah,
just about all of them. Uh, having actually played with them.
1000%. So I believe we're gonna record that next week in the timeline because we'll have had a couple weeks. Well, that's coming soon. Don't worry, audience. It's coming. It's just we want to make sure that we have all of our opinions solidified because, as Steve said, some of these leaders I've completely flip flopped. Like I thought they were going to be awful and they're great. I thought they were going to be great and they're awful. Or I thought they were going to be great and they're just mediocre.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you know who I still don't think has improved and I still never think will improve? Finn. I don't know how to make that work.
It's a lost cause, man.
Wait a minute. No, I was about to say Kazuda fixes him. No, it doesn't. Absolutely doesn't. Either way, I believe we have a deck tech, Mr. Rubin.
Yeah, I kind of discussed a little bit earlier about my deck choice. So I call it Squid Games.
Ooh.
It's Admiral Akbar and Rose, and it's running the Data Vault base, which is the new rare base from JTL, which is 33 hit points, and your minimum deck size is increased by 10 cards. So I now have 90 cards in my deck. So just to kind of give you a little bit of idea of how many units I'm running 69 total units.
Nice.
um, but the one of the major cards in this deck is the Swarming Vulture Droid. So I'm running 15 of those in here. So that's a lot of those cards. But the premise of this deck is basically that I'm running a lot of ships. I'm running a lot of vehicles. And one of the things I've said before is how important how I feel Sentinel is. So my choices for Sentinel in this deck were vehicles. So whenever it definitely applies to Rose's ability to heal my Sentinel units when they get hit. So that's a pretty great way, especially when they're attacking. And Akbar is basically what he does is you pay one, exhaust him, a non-leader unit, and I can create tokens with it. So basically, I'm just flooding the board with more vehicles while Rose is healing them as they're attacking. But 90% of my ground units are pilots. So I'm basically putting pilots on all my vehicles that are flying, right? So I have Anakin, Skywalker. I'll try spinning, which is the one where he's a pilot. I love this art on this. And it's basically when you attach it and you complete an attack, you can pop it back to your hand. If it survives, and you can play it again. So it's pretty great with that. So I'm running a lot of the fun pilots in there. Oh, okay. I just put two and two together. So Paige and Rose are related. Okay, right? Am I wrong here?
This
Am I right here?
reinforces my point of how stupid those movies are. Cause
Oh, stop it.
They're
Okay, so
they're sisters.
yes, they are
so
sisters. She's the one who dies at the beginning of 8 in the bomber.
oh man, spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
she's the one that
All
no
right,
one
guys,
knows who
spoiler
she is.
alert. Okay.
What do you mean
But
spoiler
I'll
alert?
continue. I'll continue. So, I have all these fun pilots in here. I have Snap. I have Cassian. I have Poe. I have Chewbacca. I have Han. I have Wedge. I put Wedge in there because guess what? The Spark of Rebellion rare that says each friendly vehicle unit gets +1/+1 and,
Oh
gains
yeah.
ambush.
Oh yeah.
It works. And then of course, if I get to 6 and 7 resources, I'm running Mandalorian, which basically means that most of my guess what? All the Vulture droids are 2 cost. So if they're kind of beefy, I can protect it with 2 shields on it. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the ground units. And I ran all the leaders, blue leader, gold leader, or red leader, running all the Falcons, running the resupply carrier, basically just putting a lot of ships out here that do some fun stuff. And of course, one of the best ships in the game for at buffing up your units is the Clone Combat Squadron. It gets 1/1 for each other friendly space unit, so you can just start buffing things up. So I'm not running too many upgrades. I'm running 4. The turret, which basically is the JTL, which attached to a vehicle when this unit deals combat damage to a unit while attacking, defeat it. Inspiring Mentor, which I always think is fun to put on a Sentinel unit.
I think it's an
And
underutilized card. Like I
oh,
think
I
it's
love that
such a
card.
good card.
Yeah,
Sorry
and
for
then
interrupting.
Traitorous, just in case you need to grab something that someone is doing. And of course, since I'm running blue, I'm running some removal. Commandeer is also fun to grab a unit and smack into somebody. Take down the Focus Fire, which is I was pretty tired over the pre-release weekend when I was playing, but I was like, man, why don't not for some reason I wasn't understanding this card, but it's great. Focus Fire, choose a unit. Each friendly vehicle unit in the same arena deals damage equal to its power to that unit. So that's a pretty fun way to
Yeah.
literally focus fire and take down a unit that needs to get off the board. And I'm running dedicated wingman, which is I have a hyperspace foil of this card. It's beautiful, so I'm running that. But overall, the main purpose of this is anything that is pilot related, ship related, are cards that I'm running in the deck, and I just think it's going to be so much fun just to play this to see what happens. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
This is a lot of fun.
I just like the ships. I just
Yeah.
like all the fun
I'm
ships.
digging it.
I like how, especially,
I'm digging it.
I want to hear from our viewers. I want to hear from our viewers below about what their local meta is looking like. Because in ours, we're not all running Confiscate all the time. We're all trying to have fun and let each other build it. I'm just curious to see what the local metas are like around the communities right now.
Yeah, they're all in the sideboard to start.
Literally.
That's where like confiscates are at right now. Unless you're playing control, you can probably run that in the main at this point.
There's a lot of good control options now. I'm also curious to see if Colossus actually improves or doesn't impact the game.
I mean, it will, because here's my thing. True control, you don't need to play anything on the first turn.
True.
So
Got me there.
okay,
No, you got me there.
take
Now,
initiative
5
and
life
I'll
is
get.
huge.
Yeah.
5 life is a
We've
lot.
seen what 30 the difference between 30 and 25 is.
Mhm.
Now we get to see the difference between 35 and 30. It's a big difference.
Ruben, what's your favorite like silly combo in this deck? Like a perfect world.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
To be honest, is just dropping down those swarming vulture droids and then putting pilots on them. I don't. To me, as long as I'm putting out a bird in the sky every turn, I'm putting a pilot on it, because that's what my deck is birds and pilots. So
All right.
so that's the way I look at it. But if Anakin Skywalker would probably be my favorite, because I can reuse it.
That's a good card. I'm also going to go on a quick rant that you all probably heard me go on already at the pre-release event because I did this on Friday. Yes, it is 100% legal to put a pilot on a Swarming Vulture Droid. No, it does not make sense in Star Wars logic because the Swarming Vulture Droid is not a vehicle, it is just a droid. So whoever is the pilot is holding on for dear God life on the outside going, woo! Like a mechanical bull. End of rant.
8 seconds.
It's not illegal. It makes complete sense from a gameplay perspective, but from a Star Wars nerd perspective, I'm like, that's not quite right. But you know. Have you guys been one last random question before we get to our final game? Have you guys been enjoying the fact that you can also put pilots in like tanks and like vehicles and stuff?
Yeah, that's why I was running that in my
Yes.
deck.
Yeah.
Is I'm running vehicles in my Sentinel units so I can put pilots on them.
Yup. It's great.
My
Like pirate battle
favorite
tank.
move so far is putting a Saj Ventress on a War Juggernaut.
Oh my god.
That
you're
is
gross.
that is so fun. And putting Lando in a reinforcement walker is pretty great too. It makes him
Oh,
a
yeah.
freaking
That is pretty
just like a
phenomenal.
complete unbeatable beast.
I've been having a lot of fun with that as well. Chris?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I need to start putting pilots into my capital ship. That's when it gets really nasty. Put Vader into a Devastator or something nuts like that.
Oh yeah.
I love. Sorry, I was just gonna say I love when you like ambush with a speeder and then you put like
Oof.
Han. You've got like a monster speeder.
Ambush is becoming a real like it's always been a good perk, but like it's become even better now. All right, well thank you for the deck tech spotlight, Ruben. Squid
yeah.
Game sounds fun. I think we're playing a game of casual Twin Suns after this, so we'll let you know how that goes on in the future. So it's time for our favorite game. Play the intro. Name that card.
What's that card?
Whoa. I think that's the end of the intro. All right, I won 3 questions from each of you guys before you can give a guess. JTL is not included yet because we have not had enough time to fully memorize the set. So this will be a card from set 1, 2, or 3. I won last time, so I will be going, and I'm going to choose the order that is on my screen, which is Chris, then Ruben, then Steve.
Is this an aggro card?
No.
Aggression.
Yes, I understand. The red, no. It is not
Okay.
a red aggression card.
What set is this card in?
Set Dose, Shadows of the Galaxy.
Okay, I'll just does this card have a keyword?
No. Well, no, it doesn't. It does not. Don't let me well you. No, it does not.
Is this a cunning card?
It is a cunning card.
Is the cost for this card between? No, I'm just kidding.
You're
not-
with us in our hearts, Jonathan. You'll be back next week.
It's cunning. What is the cost of the card?
2.
What type of card is this?
It's an event.
Like, is this a? That's an event. Okay.
Mhm.
Event.
But is it only cunning?
Don't let him break your ankles.
If I make a guess and I'm wrong, do I get?
You're out of the game.
I am going to go ahead and guess though.
Okay.
Is your card no good to me dead?
It is not. I am sorry. Thank you for playing. That is a good guess, however.
Okay.
That was gonna be my guess too.
Well,
Um,
Steve kept you in the game.
2 cost event. It's cunning. It's in Shadows of the Galaxy. Cost 2.
That was the wrong set.
Oh my
man.
god, was it not in Shadows? Was it a
I thought it was in
reprint?
Shadows.
No.
No,
I guess.
it's in Spark of Rebellion, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I came in
Let's
during
see.
Shadows, so I never remember which one's which.
Let's see. Okay. So I have one more guess.
Yeah, you have one more
and then I
question.
have
You can have
one
a
more
question.
All right.
If you want to ask
Okay.
a question. Chris, just
What rarity is this card?
rare.
This is my last question.
Yeah, you get one more question, and then
Yeah.
Ruben gets to guess, and then you get to guess.
Damn it. Okay. 2 cost. 2 cost cunning. Do we know if it's pure cunning?
I have not confirmed
Or
denied. That question has not been asked.
Oh, so you threw me off when you were like, "Is it just?"
That's what I'm asking.
You did that on purpose.
I did.
Okay, I'll ask. I'll put it out there. Is this is this pure
Heroism.
cunning or not? Okay.
you said heroism?
Yeah, cunning heroism.
All right, I'm guessing Spark of Rebellion.
No.
Sorry.
Nice guess.
I know.
I think that was also from
I
Spark
have
of
a-
Rebellion.
I
believe it or
know.
not.
Steve is the winner by default.
I have a guess, but I think it's
Wait. There could be no winner.
uncommon. Yeah,
Spark of
if I don't
Rebellion
get
is
it, then
rare,
Cole.
isn't it? And it's from the wrong set. Dang it.
I have a guess, but I think it's uncommon. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
He said it's rare though.
I know.
You can't make it a different card, Steve.
I don't
If
know.
I manifest
If
it
it's
hard
rare,
enough.
I don't know it.
If I manifest.
I'm gonna guess it, even though it's uncommon. Let the Wookiee win.
It's actually a rare. You are correct. It is Let the Wookiee Win. Dun 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 dun.
Wait, that card's a rare?
Steve. Yeah, it is a rare. It's a piece of crap. It's worth 10 cents.
Oh my god! I had
Yeah,
no
you're
idea
right.
that
No,
thing-
you won.
that's in my bulk-
Congratulations.
That's sitting in my bulk pile.
Yeah, no, those are rares. Believe it or not.
I'm serious.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Steve won. He gets to choose next week. Yeah, I was going with
That's
Let the
rad.
Wookiee Win because I've literally never
Damn.
seen it played, and I don't know, just came to mind earlier. But yeah, so that's been Under the Twin Suns. We really appreciate y'all for coming out and checking us out. As a reminder, we have decided to extend the giveaway until 4/01/2025. On that day, I will be picking randomly from the comments and and announcing in a community post who wins. I will leave the rules below and linked. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day and enjoy playing Star Wars Unlimited with your friends. Bye-bye now.
Right now.
Bye. Love you.